where there are meetings after meetings after meetings. Next, he will be hosting a delegates convention in his place. So let the IG come here. Let him be the one to take responsibility, because we don't have powers ourselves to arrest this governor and bring him here. That will be my view, Chair.
Thank you, Senator Sifuna. Senator Osotsi.
Thank you very much. I'm a friend of the committee. But honorable members, you know that I came up with a bill on this matter. And Senate passed the bill. And now the bill has been lying in the National Assembly. And this is a major challenge because, you know, our National Assembly has become an appendage of the state. Anything that is supposed to make Parliament stronger and independent is being curtailed in the National Assembly. Because this is a law that should have been passed even without waiting even for one day. But we have been undermined because the law is not moving. So that was meant to deal with the situations like this, where we find ourselves helpless. We needed to have our own police who can go and arrest rogue governors like Governor of Samburu and others. But even having said that, Chair, I think it's the worst excuse for Inspector General of Police to say he cannot find a governor. A person of the level of governor is a person who can easily be found. If they can get time to go and attack people in churches, with the crude weapon, with the guns, then they can easily get someone of the level of a governor. So I think we should start by dealing with the Inspector General of Police. The excuse he has given is not admissible, is not acceptable, and I think I would recommend the chair that you deal with this governor. Secondly, the excuse that governors are giving of attending a meeting at State House cannot be tolerated. Mr. Chair, you know that we are here because of the constitutional deadline of 31st March. And the members have come from their recess to come and work. But governors cannot use flames excuses like going to a meeting in State House, really, at this time when we are 1.5 years to the election. That is unacceptable, and in my committee today, we have demanded that all governors who are to appear today appears, and they have appeared, except one, whom we are going to send summons to appear. Because constitutional timelines cannot be less important than someone going to a political party meeting in State House. Mr. Chair, I think on that note, if you were to punish this governor, you need to punish him 3 times.
I hope you're not suggesting the police use the methods they used in church the other day.
I'm saying if they could use that, why not get the governor in?
No, we cannot validate that action. They must arrest him lawfully and in accordance with the
Chair, is it that you, is a position that you and the Senator Viga, you're saying that you know that the police attacked somebody in a church? Is that what you are saying?
No, I think that should be expunged from the record. He gave an example, and I'm guiding him that those examples should not be applied in this particular case. Senator Dulo, any comment on this? Before the senator from
I don't have nice words for
Samburu.
This kind of governance, so I don't know.
Senator Lelegwa, please give us guidance.
Thank you, Chair, and sorry for coming late. I was from State House attending that NGC meeting.
Did you see the guy there?
I was able to be here. The governor is present at State House in that meeting, and Chair, we've convened as a committee to discuss this issue, and the clerk has just read several letters of this governor giving excuses why he's not able to attend our committee meetings. Mr. Chair, let me just inform you that this governor is not ready and does not respect Parliament. He's not ready to appear before this committee. and now he has the support of the IG not to attend. So we may face difficulties as a committee because the IG is not willing to arrest that governor to come and attend or to respond, knowing that we have pending issues of the last audit report we have never finalized because this governor has been skipping meetings and he has not been attending meetings, giving reasons that we cannot agree as a committee. I don't know how the committee will again address this issue today, but I think we should summon the IG, and I don't know whether our standing orders will allow us again to impose a further penalty on this governor, because I think he believes that when he paid the 500,000 fine that we find as a committee, that was enough for him not to attend. So maybe he's willing to pay again another 500 and he will never appear for this committee. Thank you, Chair.
So, Chair, perhaps an inquiry directed to the Senator for Samburu. You know, previously I've seen this IT in political meetings. Is it possible that they are together with the government at State House? I have seen him in political rallies of UDA.
Chair, I have not seen the IG at State House, but I have seen the governor. He's seated there next to Susan Kik. So I can identify. Yeah.
Obviously, the officers of the IG are around there. And I think if they're listening, they should just arrest the governor and bring him here, because that's the only way of purging the contempt and solving the problem that is before us. But so I think we just need to be clear that all those love letters that the governor has been writing are null and void. They cannot cure, they cannot purge the contempt that he has shown the Senate. We are not here for malice or witch hunt. We are here because the Constitution requires us to be here. It is January. All other committees and members of the Senate and members of Parliament are still on recess. We are here because the Constitution requires us to deal with these matters within a period of 3 months. So let it not go out there that we are witch hunting or we are being too aggressive on particular governors. Whatever we are going to resolve will apply to all governors, whether they go for their NGCs at State House, or they go for them in Nyeri, or they go for them in Vihiga. It will cut across, because there will be no fear, there will be no favor when it comes to complying with the provisions of the Constitution. Parliament has the power under Article 125 to call for evidence and to compel the appearance of any person and to examine them under oath and the various provisions that are there in Article 125 in the Parliamentary Powers and the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act. Parliament has got a legitimate duty to seek the support of the Inspector General of Police if witnesses refuse to appear. In fact, this is one of the few circumstances where Parliament can direct the Inspector General of Police. It is not the first time we are doing this. It is not the first time that Parliament or Senate is asking for the IG to find a governor and bring them before the committee, or to find a witness and bring them before the committee. And so whatever we are discussing here, really, there's a precedent that has already been set. The governor paid the fine of 500,000, but that did not fully purge the contempt. I think the contempt now lies in the hands and on the head of the Inspector General of Police. When we asked him to find arrest and present the governor, he told us that he needed time to locate the governor. We gave him time from the 4th of December. We asked him to arrest him on the 4th of December, thereabouts. And so when he wrote, is it 4th of December?
Yes, Chair. It was on the 4th of December for the governor to be produced on the 9th of December.
Yeah, so
he did not produce the governor. He wrote to us on the 18th of December asking for more time.
So we have been quite fair to the Inspector General of Police. He claimed that he could not track and he could not find the governor. And we were reasonable and told him, fine, spend a little bit more time, but make sure that the governor appears before this committee on the 26th of January. I think we've been very fair, we've been very procedural, and if the IG has not responded to that letter and has not responded by producing the governor, we must direct that the IG appears before this committee at the shortest time possible. And I think that would be within 7 days to explain to this committee why he is not willing to implement the resolutions of Parliament. We must start with the IG because he's the one who's now showing us contempt. And I think in the last Parliament we had a situation like this. We invited the IG, he didn't come. We summoned him, he didn't come. We eventually imposed a fine on the IG. And the Inspector General of Police has previously paid a fine to Parliament for non-compliance with directives of Parliament. We cannot encourage a situation where the police believe that they operate under a different constitutional order. We have seen cases of contempt of court orders. We will leave that to the judiciary to deal with. But we shall not tolerate contempt of directives of Parliament. The IG's vetting is done by both houses of Parliament. And I was present when the initial stages where the IG's vetting was being done by the National Assembly. And I must give it to the then Senate because we stood firm and said that the vetting of the Inspector General of Police is a function of Parliament as an institution. And as a result, we found ourselves doing a joint committee when it comes to vetting of the IG. So the IG must also know that he's got certain responsibilities and accountability to the house that vetted him. And so he must come here and he must explain to us why he's not able to facilitate the work of Parliament. I think administratively, today being a Monday, 7 days from today, perhaps that could be Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. We'll just look at our schedule, but that must be the person we demand appears here. It is only thereafter, that we will now listen to the stories and excuses that will come from the governor once he has been brought here by the Inspector General of Police. Unless there is any other comment, I think we'll, in terms of enforcement, legal, we shall have our conversations internally so that we find the smartest and the neatest way of executing what we have just declared.
Chair, sorry to come up.
Senator Ru?
Maybe auditors, can they tell us whether he has been cooperating on submitting what you asked him to submit for the audit purpose?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. We did an audit of the financial statements of the Samburu County Executive, CRF and ROR. The report for 2024-2025 was submitted to the client, signed, and has also been tabled in Parliament. For the 23-24 report, the management has not responded to us. It has not given us any update on the recommendations for the 23-24. The same case for 24-25, they have not submitted to us any responses on the same. Thank you, Chair.
Fine. So those are things that we shall discuss when the IG brings the governor before this committee. That is